Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. Are we pleased to see you? We are going to taste a sparkling wine from that posh French area of the Loire. We're going to taste it now. Okay, so here is a photograph of the bottle and the label. Now I have a go, it's Meyran, Méthode Traditionnelle, blanc to blanc. So that just means, that's close enough.
I know, but I just love it. Go on, John, sorry, my apologies.
So that just based blanc to blanc means it's only made from white grapes. There's no sort of Pinot Noir, for example.
That's correct, yes, yeah.
And I think the main grape in this is Chardonnay.
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so from Loire, so it's made in the same way that champagne is made.
Yep.
Just it's in a different area of France and it's not using Pinot Noir.
Yeah, that's literally all it is. It's just a different area, isn't it, without Pinot Noir?
Yeah.
Okay.
So shall we have a look at the colour?
Let's go for it, John.
Excellent.
Ooh. Oh, there's a nice kind of golden hue there, almost brassy.
Almost brassy.
Yeah, that looks...
It is, it's lovely, isn't it?
It is, yeah. There's a yellowness there as well, but yeah. It's a bit dark. Was it a bit darker than you'd expect from a champagne? I don't know.
Depends on the champagne.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And there's not much in the way of fizz there, considering, but that's fine,
Yeah, and I guess obviously we're not sort of using flutes or the sort of saucer type glasses, but that, it
won't make a difference for the fizz, does it? And there's nothing wrong with these glasses, absolutely fine.
No, but I think you're supposed to actually, I think it's become more fashionable to actually use...
the champagne flutes and all those little...
Because you can't get your nose in the champagne flutes, can you?
Not really.
And then if you have one of those bowls, because it's a flat, all the bubbles go very quickly.
Yes.
And again, it's very difficult to swish because it flows over the top.
They're not very practical, those bowls. No. They look good. I like the aesthetics.
Grace Kelly I always think of when I see one of those.
Why?
Huh?
Why
It's just very sophisticated and sort of 50s style.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yeah. Okay, I mean, I'm very sorry, John. I had a good nose then when you were talking.
Well,
I didn't know.
That smells nice.
It does. It smells very champagne-esque.
Yeah.
It's got that,
it's very crisp, isn't it?
The crisp green apples, that's what...
Yeah.
I can get lost in that. That's actually there's quite a lot without being too much, if you know what I mean, because all I'm saying is getting crisp green apples, but it's enough.
Do you think, just at this point, just because obviously, champagne's very expensive, let's just give you the price label of this, because it is significant. Here we are. Whoa.
That is...
a penny off £10. That is phenomenal.
That's a very good price, And I know how warm it makes you feel, John, does that, and I know you're in your comfort zone here.
I am. I mean, if this is, because, I always think that you spend £25, £30 on a bottle of champagne, and inevitably, especially if it's one of the big brands, it's like, oh.
A lot of people do think, why did I spend that money on that? I mean, if you're looking at, I think we mentioned this before, we've done a tasting on one of our videos a long time ago with the Paul Roger, I think we mentioned, because the Paul Roger is about £55 to £60 retail. The white foil, that's their entry level. But I think that's worth the money. I really like that. But that's Paul Roger, so...
Yeah, and so this, there's 6. You can have 6 bottles of this.
When you put it like that, John, you can't deny that logic.
No,
you can't. So let's have a go on the old palate.
Okay. Are we not going to have a go on the nose first?
We've had a go on the nose. We just did that. The crispy, we're getting the crispy apples. Remember?
Do you know, I was so with it. I did.
It's that $9.99 price. It's really thrown him. I told you, it's quite $9.99. It's become all excitable.
Well, you carry on tasting. I'm going to catch up then. I did remember smelling it, but I didn't think we. Anyway.
Yeah, we had to go on the nose because we're talking about the glasses as well, where you couldn't get in your nose. No, definitely not. But anyway, I'm well on now, and I'll tell you what, John, you wait till you catch up. This is quite special, I think.
Oh wow. It's got that sort of very unusually for this price point. It's got a fantastic feel, very smooth.
Yeah, you're right. It's a lovely mouthfeel there. Yeah. It doesn't have too much of the acidity which you would often associate with champagne. Champagnes can be a bit too metallic or acidic. That doesn't have that. That's just got this beautiful kind of mouthfeel about it. And then,
Yeah, and so much so that I wasn't really tasting. I was just so surprised by that. I was concentrating on that rather than the taste.
And a lot, commented that the fizz is kind of almost gone. I don't know if that was something that, is it a good thing or a bad thing? But actually, when you're tasting it, the fizz is back there.
Yes, it is.
You feel on your tongue.
Yeah.
So I think that helps towards that mouthfeel as well. But it's the flavour. Now, I know I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it some more. It's crisp green apples.
No.
And there's a definite juiciness about that as well. Even the length.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The length is amazing because normally at this price point, you have the taste is very nice, but then it just normally quickly evaporates.
Yeah. They said it comes and just takes it all away.
Yeah.
But this one hangs on.
Just hangs on in there, yeah. No, this is incredible value. Incredible value.
You know what, John, you are very right, that is.
Now, something they said on the write-up was that this had elderberry. Elderflower, that's right, sorry, yeah.
And I get it when... Sometimes you can get stuck in your own kind of... They've got that flavour, that's it. But right on the very end there, you do... And tasting it now, it's actually really quite obviously there. But... I don't know. My head was just in there.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. So I just remembered that. And I wasn't tasting it until I went, and then as soon as I thought of it, I could identify it. But it's not something that immediately came.
No, but that's again a lot of the times when you hear people talk about wine or speak, and they do say that's what you get, and you think, yeah, I am getting that. It's so I get it. But I was just too concentrating on that crisp green apple and. What I'm really noticing again, John, as we're drinking this and we're talking, there's just the juiciness of it.
Yes.
It's juicy. It's delicious. It's not like it's not hard work. It's very, very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Very enjoyable. Well, look, I mean, I'm ahead of you, which is unusual.
That is very unusual. I think it's the price point. You feel comfortable. All right. Let's go for it, because I've not thought about pairings. I mean, I'm going to let you go first, because I am...
Yeah, that's no problem. I mean, I think it's pretty easy with this. Actually, I'm going to go something a little bit... So, fish, I think we've seen it, fish and chips, but, sort of saumon marinara, anything sort of light, white, flaky fish will go wonderfully with this. I was just wondering, do you think it would go with olives?
Oh, yes, definitely. Oh, yeah. In fact, that'd be... cracking. I mean, what are those big ones called? Gordelos, I can't remember the name of them. They're beautiful. They're like like an apple in themselves. You to take a couple of bites of them. I can't remember the name. I'll try and remember for another video. But yeah, that'd be.
Well, just let me know and I'll put it at the top here.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, I can imagine those two. That's one of those where you really would be drinking a full bottle of that and just without even knowing.
Yeah.
Without even knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. So cheese.
Cheese-wise, okay, I'm gonna. Still didn't think about it, did I? Well, I'm going to have to go for something which is very fatty. So I'm going to go Délice de Crémière or Délice de Bourgogne, which are those we've mentioned before, triple cream ones, which are just it's almost like a bit of solid cream, really fresh, but really quite salty on the finish, and that would just cut straight through that.
Yeah, I can imagine that being absolutely delightful. Now, I would have with that also some bread, like a baguette, but would you do that? I'm not a
massive fan of the bread.
No, I'm thinking the sort of like, the breadiness of in the taste of the wine might...
Again, it don't really do much for me, but no. a nice bit, well, decent bit of bread and decent butter together maybe, but I wouldn't... Yeah, it's not something I could go out of my way for, but it's okay. I'm not a massive bread fan anyway.
Okay, fantastic. Before we get on to the score...
Go on.
We said that we'd start answering some viewers' questions.
Oh, yeah?
We've had one in from James Riley.
Okay. What's the question, James?
Yes. So James wanted to know, actually, what's the difference between red wine and white wine? By that, I think he meant how they're made.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cracking question. When I do my tastings, a lot of people are afraid to ask questions because sometimes they get a bit silly, but it's not silly at all. I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. But it's quite simple. When to make if you squeeze a white grape and a red grape, the same colour juice comes out. So to make a red wine or a rosé, all they do is when they've got the grape skins, they leave for all intents and purposes, they're simplifying it, but they leave the grape skins on top of the juice, so it imparts the colour. So to make a rosé, they leave it on for a short amount of time. To make a red wine, they leave it on for much longer, so all the colour comes through.
Yeah, And that's the difference. As you say, the actual juice, if you squeeze it, it's the same colour. It's just
well, that's very coincidentally, because we're on the sparkling here. You know, you've got Champagne is famous for being having Chardonnay and Pinot Noir as a blend, but Pinot Noir is a red grape. So again, they just don't use the skins; they just use the juice.
Excellent. Well, James, I hope that answers your question. And we will be continuing. So come bring in your questions, let's know them, and we'll do one or two during one of our videos.
Indeed.
Okay, so we're going to move on to scoring.
Yes, we are, yeah.
And it is...
I've already got it in my head.
$9.99.
Yeah,
no, that wasn't my score.
No. But that is absolutely undeniable. You know, the price... I've seen that it holds itself anyway. That it's $9.99 just gives it that extra oomph, you know, that gives me the push to give it, I'm not even that drunk. Yeah, that's it.
92.
90.
Okay.
I think it's that there's very few wines I know that were broke over the 90 mark, but that definitely deserves to be 90 plus.
Yeah, and I gave it 92. I mean, obviously I was a bit more generous, and probably because I was more promoted by the price than you. But I mean, just a phenomenal price for that quality of wine. Absolutely, absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely concur.
Guys, if you hear of any good wines or taste any good wines, want us to have a look at them, review them, then obviously just give us a comment, email us, and we'll see what we can do. So until the next time, my glass is empty, so I can.
My glass is empty. Yeah, it's very rare the Pairings will fit like that.
It's got 90 plus 92. So
indeed.
Yeah. Well, until next time, guys, when we hope we find another beautiful bargain like this. Chin chin.
Chin chin.